Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Philly Roots Rugby Roundtable. And I'm pleased to be joined once again by Matt Mason-Hames from Mindset Sport, who joined us back in December, and he's here now to sort of let's have a catch up. How are you, Matt?
I'm actually not too bad at the moment. Yeah, I'm feeling good. The sun's shining. Lots of good news, lots of positive things happen this week, and I'm sure we'll go over it. But Mindset Sport has gone nuts, I think is the only way to describe what's happened. So I'm really chuffed about that. But I'm happy to be out of lockdown as much as we can be. Be able to get out and see people, seeing family and friends. That's been really nice, even for me, who is quite a person who likes his solitude. Over a year of it has been tough. So I'm really chuffed we can get out and about.
We spoke in December. So how has life been since December?
The third lockdown has actually been really tough on me. I actually hit a brick wall of depression and anxiety. My wife's really ill again. She's recovering better. This time around it's fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. So she's been almost incapacitated with that, and so I've been doing a day job, running Mindset Sport, running Mindset, all that sort of stuff, and it just took its toll on me, and I ended up in a really, really dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts. Thankfully, I'd spotted them, and other people have spotted them, and I know what they look like, and I think I put something out saying, I'm lucky in the fact that I know what they look like and I know what they're telling me. And those thoughts are telling me that I've missed all my self-care. All of my ability to look after myself had gone. Wasn't playing rugby because obviously we weren't. Didn't have any of my outlets. So I hit a really dark place, and I'm currently, in counselling.
Can you hear it? Sorry.
Yeah.
We're talking about a really deep subject, and then my 1-year-old decides to come pipe up.
That's all right. It normalizes the conversation. It's fine. I'm happy with normalizing conversations like this. If we were talking about a dodgy knee or a dodgy hip or a broken arm, it wouldn't be. It's not really that bad, is it? So I'm fine with it. It's just, yeah. And so I hit a really bad spot. So I'm currently, I'm back seeing a counsellor, exploring what that was and why that happened. And as you can see, it's that experience is working, but it just reminded me really that I've been living with this for 25 years now, and it can creep up on me at any time. And I think everybody's probably experienced some sort of low mood or some sort of real bad episode over this this series of lockdowns, because it's been really tough on people.
Do you think this time round, we're into a year of this now, and this is lockdown 3. Do you think this is hitting people harder now, or it was maybe back in December, January time?
Yeah, I think the first lockdown. Go on.
I was going to say, I think, definitely from my experience, and the last couple of months have been incredibly tough. Now that things are opening up, and as you said, being able to see friends and sort of socialize and interact with people other than the people that you've got in your own 4 walls. So it's it's been difficult. Do you think it's been more difficult this time round than it has been sort of say this time last year or the summer last year for people?
I think so. My personal experience is exactly that. Where I was lucky enough to be working for a company that allowed me to go on furlough and did really well. That is my main day job during that. So I was put on furlough, and I kept my job. My wife was put on furlough. She kept her job, and the weather was gorgeous. It was sunny. We did gardening. The first lockdown was like a longer holiday for us.
Yeah.
And we're really lucky because we've got a garden. We've got space around us where we live. There's green spaces around us. I had I been in a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom flat in a tower block in a city somewhere, that would have been a very different experience for me.
Yeah.
So I think that I was very lucky. However, coming to the third lockdown where the weather wasn't great, I was
Winter
working.
time, winter,
It
you
was,
get the winter blues anyway.
yeah, all of that kicked in, and you couldn't go outside because it was cold, and you've done all the local dog walks you can possibly do, to the point that the dogs are sick of coming out anymore because they're like, I don't want to walk anymore. It's cold. It's wet. Just leave me indoors. And for me personally, and I think a lot of people have experienced it, and the stats that are coming through kind of show that the calls into helplines and all those sorts of things have shot up. But the really great news is that the early statistics around death by suicide have remained about the same
Right.
as
Okay.
last year. They're only early stats at the moment. The official figures aren't out, but that's really good, because that means that people
Yeah.
are talking and opening up and having those conversations, and people are going to seek help rather than sort of waiting until they are at the real point of crisis. So that's brilliant, which means that all the work that people are doing out there, with the likes of Give a Ruck, Blokes, all that lot, Tough Enough to Care, and then the bigger charities, the message is getting out there. Looseheads are one of those guys. The message is getting out there that we can talk and we can open up and we can have these conversations. And so I've taken some real positives out of that set of figures.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that the normalization of the conversation? Has the last 12 months actually helped that? Because there are more people are giving more opportunities, or they're actually finding other opportunities with the likes of yourself and Blokes and Give a Ruck and Looseheads, as well as so many other people. It's now the conversation around mental health. Actually, it is pretty normal now. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it's the last 12 months has actually probably helped, because it's focused people on getting talking, whether it's via Zoom or via systems like this, or via systems that you've got, or the Blokes forums and stuff like that. It actually, there are people have got time and they've got the inclination to actually go and have those conversations.
Yeah, and I think it's become more prominent because there's been a lot of TV around. Obviously, not so long ago there was a Freddie Flintoff eating disorder film. There was a Roman Kemp one, and I think Stacey Dooley did one last week, which I haven't seen yet, which I've heard is brilliant. But yeah, so all of that it's all being backed up. All the conversations we're having and all the hard graft that the charities and organizations like mine are putting in is finally coming to fruition. 2 years ago I had a chat with a line manager of a company, and they were saying that in my lifetime mental health won't be talked about. 2 years later, it's the big topic. Everybody has been affected by this pandemic, and it's almost brought it forward a good couple of years, but it's brought everything forward a couple of years. This whole home working, the whole flexible working, all of that, it's brought forward a couple of years, really. So from my point of view, it's been, I think it's great. I think the fact that we can talk and we will talk now, and there are so many people talking. You can't, this little network that's out there now, little network, it's huge. All the people that are involved and trying to get this message out, it's amazing. 2 or 3 years ago I was looking and there weren't many people around, or if we were sort of shoved in the background, but now it's just out there and honest and open, and it's amazing, and everybody wants to be involved, and that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. That 12 months, or maybe even 2-3 years ago, it was still a very much taboo subject. Then I guess, especially in the rugby sphere, someone like Looseheads comes along and says, look, we're going to do this. Almost in the same way that Oddballs did as well. Yeah, we're going to sell hats, but actually what we're going to do, all the money's going to go into testicular cancer, and then other things like that popped up, like noggins and all that. So when Looseheads start and say, oh, we're going to sell a t-shirt and we're going to put rugby around it, but then what actually we're going to do is, this is going to be our message. It then encouraged people to get involved, which then led to other, a rolling effect of other people getting involved. So for mindset, what has been the last couple of months like? Because I say that you're ramping up on sort of in all avenues. So just tell us a little bit about what mindset sport is, and sort of the first couple of months of being around, I guess.
So Mindset Sport was set up originally to clear the noise around mental health and bring it into grassroots sports clubs, because I'm a mental health first aid instructor. I've done all those training, and obviously I've got lived.
What does that mean? What does that mean? A mental health first aid instructor. Just tell us what that means.
Yeah. All right. So I am qualified. I am authorised by MHFA England, which is a CIC that was set up as part of the Department of Health. So it was set up a long time ago in Australia to bring mental health resources to smaller villages in Australia. But this isn't an advert for MHFA, but I'm just giving some background. So I became a mental health first aider about 5 years ago, which means that I'm taught to listen, I'm taught to understand, and taught to spot early signs of declining mental health and ill mental health. I'm not there to fix. I don't fix problems. That's not what I do. I'm not a counsellor. I leave that to professionals. I want to try and catch people on the way down and get them to the right support that they need. I fell in love with the whole process, so I then trained up to become an instructor, and so now I'm authorised by MHFA England to teach people on the 2-day and a 1-day course, and also I'm able to deliver stuff on behalf of Minds Well at Work program from their Hammersmith and Fulham office. So that's where I've got in. So that's what it is. I teach people how to spot signs, how to listen, how to understand, and how to have conversations with people to bring up and reduce stigma. Basically, that's what I do, and that's led into some great conversations around D&I. And all sorts of things as well. So they're great skills, and they're great leadership skills. So that's what a mental health first aider is. It's somebody who is able to assist you as you would a physical first aider, assist you in getting the help that you need. A physical first aider isn't there to perform surgery and fix your broken bones, but they're there to make you comfortable and look after you until the medical professionals get in. And it's the same with a mental health first aider. That's what they're there to do.
Oh, that's great to know. So before I interrupted you, what's been the last couple of months like?
I say obviously I've not been feeling great in periods of that, but when I think we had a chat back in December, I think I emailed you and said, would you like to be in my newsletter for the 8 people that we had in December, and one of those was you and one of those was me. So it's gone absolutely incredibly. So we've now got 15 teams that have actually signed up that we directly support, who have signed up, given us the logo and all that, and umpteen many more who have signed up that haven't chucked a logo at us that we can use on our website. We're just helping out Hampshire RFU currently with introducing a mental health wellbeing program and training into their clubs. Last night we were on a call and with 15 people, and we did sort of 15-20 the week before, so we were covering that, and we've got some more of those planned. So there are 60 clubs in Hampshire RFU CB, so we're hoping to get that out. And then I did just before this, just did a check, on numbers of things. So as well as the sort of 15 clubs that are signed up, which, and some of those clubs are massive. So there's about 6,000 people in those 15 clubs that we have got access to the Mindset Sport website and training and stuff. But there's another 45 clubs on Instagram have signed up. There's 130 sports clubs on Twitter that are following Mindset Sport and the stuff that I pump out. So we've got about 250 clubs that follow us now, which is absolutely astounding when we went from 8 in December. So it shows that there's a need. There is a massive need for this stuff to go out there. And we've got 2 teams in Canada that we're working with. We've got a team in Prague. There's another team in the USA. And we struck a deal with Give a Ruck as well to be part of their instructors team. Because part of their pledge is that you have to have an MHFA mental health first aider in your team. So we've done a deal with them to deliver training on their behalf as well. So yeah, it's gone much better than I expected. And we've got all sorts of things in there now. We've got the donator kit program. We've got Community Kitbag, which is where we take resources that people no longer need from sports. So, and we've tied in with the rugby boot bank with that. So any boots that I get in, I send off to the rugby boot bank because they've got free delivery and free pickup and all sorts of things. And then I take in any sporting equipment that's in good nick. So we've got tennis rackets, lacrosse sticks, golf clubs, all of this, and I'm desperately needing storage because it was all piled up behind me in my office before this. I can't access my gym because there's just stuff everywhere. So yeah, and yeah, it's the response has been amazing, and I reckon that if we're probably touching over 10,000 people now, if we looked at all those teams and just said that every team put a team out. Yeah, if I asked all of those 250 teams to put a team out of whatever sport it is they play, then would be over 10,000 people turning up for a tournament, and that's immense considering we started with 8 in December. And I'm so chuffed. I didn't realize that until this morning when I actually just counted through some numbers, and it's actually taken me by surprise. And I'm really, really humbled and dead chuffed about it. So anybody else wants to come on board.
Does that just not show how important these conversations and this training and everything else that goes around it is to sports clubs and sports players at the moment?
Yeah, and I think it's especially driven because of this lockdown, and everybody not being able to see each other, and they're coming out the other end. And this is why sports teams have professional psychologists and bits and pieces to look after the players and the players' well-being, whereas at grassroots teams can't afford that. They can't afford to. You'd be lucky if you turn up on a Sunday and you've got a first aider and a physio.
Well, I guess the equivalent of that is the WhatsApp group, isn't it? Whereas that's probably the only time that people really communicate with their teammates is when messages get flying around in there, or jokes and memes and dirty photographs, no doubt. And, there's
all that. So carry on.
No, I was just going to say, so they don't. Grassroots clubs aren't going to have that support, whereas professional clubs can. So wherever you can help in that. Oh, I'm being moved by my 1-year-old. Wherever, I guess wherever they can help, it can only be for the better.
Well, yeah, and that's the plan, and between all the groups out there that do it, like we said, there's Loose Heads, there's Blokes, there's Tough Enough to Care, there's Andy's Man Gang, and there's Man Gang down in the south. All those sorts of clubs that do this sort of stuff, there's clearly a need. If we can grow as quickly as we've grown, in 5 months to nearly 300 clubs, and I've still got the target of hitting 1 million people this year, which that's what I want to. That's my target, is to support 1 million people this year through club numbers. So if anybody isn't signed up, please do. Sorry, quick advert, but I want to get 1 million people.
No, go for it.
I want to get 1 million people under my belt this year, through teams and support. So that's kind of my aim. I was going to go for 50,000, but I thought, no, let's do 1 million.
Go big.
So there's loads of stuff going on. Like I say, we've got the donator kit program where you can buy a brand new kit for somebody who may need one. If you don't need sporting kit because you as an adult you didn't use it last year, or if you're a club and you didn't need your kit last year and you can still get everybody in it, maybe you could, and you've got your kit budget, you can give it to Mindset Sport and we'll buy a kit and donate it to a local school or sports team that are struggling this year, or a new setup. And we've had some kits donated to us. We've got loads of stuff going on. I had my first employee yesterday announced, because I can't keep up, because I'm still working full time. So I work full time in a day job, and then I do training on the side with Mindset, and then I've got Mindset Sport. So I am absolutely crazy busy. So it's become a labor of love, but I do love it, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, that's it's not work, then, is it? It's when you love something and it's a passion. It's not work, which is the way I look at it. So tell us a bit more about the Community Kitbag. What is it? How can people get involved? And what do you need? I guess
anything and everything, as long as it's in good nick. So the Community Kitbags, it started off as a boot exchange. Trying to get shoes out to people that might need them, so that they can explore whatever sport it is they want to try. And that's kind of where it started. So I want to try and remove poverty as a barrier, and I want to try and make it a little bit more sustainable as well. So there's like the eco side of it. All too often quite good quality stuff, especially this year, where people have probably bought stuff and then not used it, and their kids have outgrown it, or they've decided to retire from sports because they didn't keep up the fitness. So I thought, well, this year there's bound to be a lot of excess. So can I make use of that? And I was like, all right, let's see if I can get sports shoes out to people, boots out to people who want to try sport but don't necessarily want to spend 50-60 quid on a new pair of boots, or can't spend 50-60 quid on a new pair of boots. And then got involved with Rugby Boot Bank, who didn't realise, but they were doing exactly the same thing. So they contacted me. So we've kind of come up with a deal where I will give them anything with studs on, and they will look after that, and they will deal with that. And they've got a great network. They've got TNT, so they can pick up and deliver for free. So that's brilliant. So they can send you out or collect boots for free, and I will take in boots, and I will pass them on to them. I've got a few pairs that I need to ship out to them at the end of this week.
Are they based up in Scotland?
Kind of Kent and Scotland. They've got Matt's in Kent and Greg's in Scotland. So there's 2 units, and TNT pick up and drop off and do all that sort of stuff. And that's brilliant. Community Kitbag, which was named by Andy Bishop from Man Gang. Thank you, Andy, for giving me that title. I love it. It's all the other stuff. It's all the other stuff that you might need. So I've got a pile of tennis rackets sat down there. I've got a lacrosse stick sat there that somebody donated. I've got 3 football kits, full football kits that I can give out to a team that might need them. One of them's still branded, and other ones aren't branded. What else have I got? Running shoes, running spikes, general trainers for PE. What else is there in the pile behind me? I've got kit bags, I've got rugby tops, I've got badminton rackets, cricket pads, hockey pads, all sorts of stuff. And it's in here and in another shed up there. So I've got loads and loads of stuff, and it's brilliant, and I love it. But what I need is more. I need nominations for people who need it as well.
Sure. That was what I was just about to ask. If you were in need of something, how do they get in touch with you? And how do you get it to them?
So get in touch with me currently via Instagram, Twitter, email, log on to the website, whatever. Just send me a private message. That's fine. We'll pick it up. Today and this weekend, we're looking at putting a form on to the website so that you can ask for it, give us your address details, and let us know what you need. And if we don't have it, we will find it. We did an appeal, I think Wednesday, wasn't it? Somebody came to me, a school came to me and said that they've got a lad who was running around, who's got size 5 feet, but was running around in size 2 trainers. So I put a call out, and by the end of that day, I had 10 pairs of size 5 trainers on my doorstep.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant. That's amazing. So and that's just from the local community, but people like Happiness for Egg Shape, you got involved, Happiness for Egg Shape got involved, Rocky Clark got involved, Georgina Gully got involved. All those people start spreading the news out, and it's great. And I had 10 pairs of boots under my doorstep. So if you're local to me and I can get out, I will come out and collect. However, if not, you can post them to us. If we currently don't have a free setup yet, so you'd have to cover the cost of the postage, which is a bit of a pain, but it's only
the price of a pie, isn't it? It's only the price of a pie.
And likewise, if people are local to me, I will go out and endeavour to deliver. But if not, I will send it out to them second class as cheaply as possible. And if they can, and are able to, I'll ask them to cover the postage. If not, then it comes out of the funding that we've got from our parent company, which I might go on to in a bit, because they pay for everything. They pay for everything, which allows me to do Mindset Sport. So yeah, so we'll post it out to you, get it out to you as quickly as we can. And like I say, if we haven't got something you're after, we have got some weird and wonderful stuff. But if we haven't got what you're after, there's an amazing network of people who put the shouts out and everything and get it over to us. Like I say, within 20 minutes, I had the first call for that pair of shoes, and then I've got about 10 pairs of shoes, all size 5s, ready to go, all washed. We've washed them all; they're all clean, ready to go out. But there are a couple of bits we do need. And I've set up an Amazon.
What do you need? What do you need? This is the opportunity to get that shout out. What is it that you need?
What I need are things like tennis racket tape, glue for soles that might be coming loose, laces, because lots of boots turn up with broken laces. The boots are in good condition. Studs, so that I can restud the boots before I send them off to.
I'll do the studs. Don't worry. I'll send you some studs.
Sweet.
Leave that with me.
All that, just those tiny little bits and pieces. Washing tablets for the washing machine. So that I can shove stuff through without getting told off, because I've used the last one or whatever it is, and then going, oh, I can't wash my own rugby kit now and turn up to rugby because I'm stinking. Because I've used the last one on a pair of trainers that I'm sending out to someone. So those little bits. I'm not after. We don't want much, but just grip tape so that we can make sure the tennis rackets and badminton rackets can be held onto when they go out. Those sorts of things. So there's an Amazon wish list for that of stuff I can think of that I need, but I'll probably discover loads of other things as I'm going along, and I get more weird and wonderful. Like I've got a few rackets that need to be restrung, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm not going to do that. And I wouldn't know how to repair a lacrosse stick if it was literally smashed into my face. I wouldn't have a clue. So
what we also need is the old-fashioned sports shops to get involved as well, to offer their services for reduced or or nothing rate, to help to help with the intricate things like strapping a lacrosse stick and restringing a tennis racket, things that people can't necessarily do by themselves. So we need the old-fashioned sports shops, which are few and far between these days. But it's it'd be a great thing to be part of. So shout out to all the old-fashioned sports shops. I know there's a few where I am which are just incredible. I'd rather shop there and get my stuff from there than a Sports Direct or anything else like that.
So if you are in the mood for not selling a brand new tennis racket and you want to help me restring an old one to give to someone, please let me know. But that sort of help would be amazing. And if it's just making sure that I can get these things out in as good a condition as I can, because there is some snobbery around sports gear. There is all of that sort of stuff. So I don't want to send
especially in the playground. I've always found that even when I was younger, which wasn't that long ago, I guess. But I like to think anyway. There's always a snobbery around trainers and football boots, and people outspending themselves. But if there's an opportunity to get just some good equipment for next to nothing, the price of a postage stamp, then hopefully that sort of stuff goes away. People are using food, for better for worse. People are using food banks, so why not use the kit bank to get your kid or yourself active, whereas you might not be able to afford to buy a £50 pair of football boots or £100 pair of football boots.
And it's also people can try sports out with it,
definitely,
because if you don't want to go and spend 50 quid on a pair of football boots and then another couple of quid on a pair of studs and maybe looking at getting headgear and stuff like that. Because to try rugby and a mouth, I'm not dishing out secondhand mouth guards. Don't worry about that. But you want to go and try rugby. Just to try it's going to cost you at least 50 quid probably. Whereas you can ask me, I can send or the rugby boot bag. We can send you some bits. You can go along to your local rugby club, try it out, and if it's not for you, just send it back, and I can find out our new home.
Pass it on. So pass it on to another kid down there that will need.
Yeah. So that's the idea as well. It's so that people can try and get the benefits. Try loads of different sports out, and then get the benefits to your physical health as well as your mental health, because rugby is my key outlet for my mental health, and without it, last year I really struggled. But now I'm back and I've had 2 training sessions. Hello. I've had 2 training sessions under my belt. I'm feeling much better already.
So let's talk rugby then. Yeah. How has the first couple of weeks been?
Painful. I'm 45 now, and it hurts more and more. I think normally the pain lasts 2 days, maybe 3 days. After the first training session, I couldn't walk properly for nearly a week. I'd forgotten that. I've been out jogging, I've used the gym, but there are bits of me I completely forgotten existed that hurt. And so but no, I've loved getting out there. I love having a run around again and getting back into it, and enjoying it.
Good numbers
it's just
of training.
A shame that amazing numbers at training. We've had some, it's almost like we've never stopped. We've never been away. We're sort of 30 turning up each training session on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And then the touch sessions on a Wednesday as well, which I haven't been along to because I've been working every evening. But it's so, and they're great, and they're great sessions. We've had some great input and we've had some great feedback. And I've stepped aside as second team lead, whatever it is. I was given the title of last year. That didn't happen, but I have a fully undefeated season under my belt, so that's brilliant. So I'm going to retire with that. Because I'm just too busy to do it at the moment. So somebody else is going to take that mantle on as the second team organizer, I guess is the word. We're not coach because Dan does all the coaching up there. But it's I've really loved being back, and it's a shame I'm always too busy at times to get up there twice a week and run around. Although I don't think my body would cope with me being up there twice a week running around. So I almost need to force myself to do it though, so that come next season I've got some resilience to being stood on and stamped on and twisted and all that sort of stuff. But we were really lucky. We had a coach up, we had a referee up the other day who was teaching us about the new rucking laws and and stuff to try and get us to not hurt ourselves and hurt others, and all the head contact stuff. So that was really interesting because it's big on that at the moment.
Brilliant. So
that was a good session.
1-year-old trying to fight me now. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, Matt. It's been absolutely brilliant to chat to you. But the one thing that we do ask everybody at the end of the show is for one hope and one fear. For the sport, or for the club, or for yourself over the next 12 months. So
I guess my hope I've got to go with Mindset Sport. I've got to go for the hope of reaching out to 1 million people this year. I've got to go for that. It would be amazing if I had enough clubs signed up following to reach 1 million people. There's 15.5 million people out there who play grassroots sports clubs, so I'm barely making a dent in it. But if I could hit 1 million, that would be amazing. Fears are, I guess, that we have another wave and that sport itself can't go ahead, and we have again, and therefore we start losing clubs because financially they just can't stay afloat. So that's as a sport and across the board, that I guess is my worry, is that if we have another wave and we get another lockdown, then we're going to start losing clubs, because they're not financially viable when they're closed and they've got all those overheads and stuff. So that's my kind of fear. And then we lose that connection with our community and that group of friends that, as you said earlier on, outside of work and your four walls, they're the people you talk to. They're your best mates. They're the guys you can open up to. So if we have another session, I think we could end up with lots of clubs and lots of grounds going under where we don't have that support and those facilities, which would be a massive shame.
It would be a massive shame. Massive shame.
So let's
hopefully let's not get to that. It won't get to that. Because I don't think it didn't happen as much as actually I think people thought it might do first time round, which is incredible. And it just actually hats off to the RFU, and I don't know about Scotland and Wales too much, but the RFU were there to support. And this isn't, I'm not paid by the RFU, so this is. So if they want to, then they're cool. But I don't think as many clubs, or the only club I only know of one that went out of business, and that was based down in Cornwall. So if they managed to keep it as low as possible, I think everyone did sort of a really good job, and everyone should be sort of proud of the work that they put in over the last 12 months to keep everyone engaged and involved and afloat, and hopefully sort of talking to each other and interacting with each other as much as possible.
And keeping the clubs together and keeping the teams together, like, it's really important. It was almost like never being away when I went back, or when we went back this a couple of weeks ago, and that's great. It's great fun. We're just back into it, and I think that communities will miss the structure, whichever sport it is, whether it be cricket, athletics, football, netball, hockey, whatever it is. Those are key parts of friendships and relationship buildings and keeping people's mental health good during these pandemics, and those connections are what's needed.
Definitely. And that seems like a perfect sentence to end on.
Brilliant.
Matt, let's just remind people where they can find more about Mindset Mental Health.
So Mindset Mental Health is on the internet. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram. There we go. There I am. That's a nice short version. So that's Mindset Sport. And then obviously attached to that is Mindset, which is the parent company, which does corporate training for mental health and funds. So if you are in the business of looking for somebody to do mental health training and stuff in your business, it would be appreciated if you could look at Mindset, because they fund Mindset Sport, and that's our only set of funding that we come through. So associated with that is the training company. But you can jump on there. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we are on LinkedIn. I haven't worked out how to get myself on TikTok yet, because I don't think people want to see me doing silly dances and then talking about mental health. And you can jump on our website, sign up. You'll get newsletters, you get information, you get blogs. You've got all the free signposting, resourcing access on there. That's the end of my advert. Thank you.
Well, it's been really great to chat to you, and we will chat no doubt down the line.
Brilliant.
And now here comes my advert. Rugby Store have 10% off. If you go to Rugby Store, especially that new £105 Canterbury shirt, you can get it for 90 quid. Use the promo code FYB pod at the checkout, and go and get yourself 10% off, and we'll get some studs sorted out for you as well.
Thank you, mate. And I forgot, anybody who watches this video and uses the code FYB 10 on training courses that I run can get a 10% discount on any of the training courses.
There you go. Why would you not sign up? 10% off. Go to Mindset Sport. Here's the website again. Put in the code FYB10, and then you can get 10% off your training courses. We'll get all the information out of that into the descriptions and into the video links and everything, so you know where to find all the information. Right. Thank you very much for watching, listening, and take care. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Cheers.